Namaste everyone. I welcome you to my channel Pratibha with Biotechnology. Before I begin today's presentation, today I want to read the quote of day. When people appreciate you, they are speaking with their purity. When people criticize you, they are speaking with their pain. It's about them, not you. Do not get influenced by appreciation. Criticism will never disturb you. You are a beautiful person. Okay. With this note, I'm going to start today's class. Virus is an infective agent that typically consists of a nucleic acid molecule in a protein coat. It is too small to be seen by light microscopy and is able to multiply only within the living cells of a host. They need hosts to survive and to further reproduction. What are viruses? Infectious acellular agents that is devoid of cell components like nucleus and organelles, cytoplasm or plasma membrane. Okay. When I mention here organelles, all the organelles will be absent, what we have in higher eukaryotes, but you can see the presence of ribosomes for the protein synthesis. Replicate or multiply only inside living host cell. Hence, they're also called obligate intracellular parasites. And they possess only one type of nucleic acids, either DNA or RNA, but never both. Exception is in cytomegalovirus. Okay. Now let us go through the general characteristics of viruses. Viral structure. Their typical viral components are a nucleic acid core and a surrounding protein coat all called a capsid. In addition, some viruses have a surrounding lipid bilayer membrane called an envelope. You can see here the structure of the viruses and the nucleic acids content. Like you can see in the viruses, double-stranded DNA or single-stranded DNA or double-stranded RNA or single-stranded RNA. And you can see here the virus. Okay, you can see here the spikes and envelope and capsomeres and nucleic acids you'll be able to see. Nucleic acids viral genomes are either DNA or RNA, not both. Nucleic acids may be single or double stranded. Nucleic acids means DNA or RNA. Any one genomic nucleic acids will be there. Now let us go through here the capsid structure. You can see here this is the capsomeres. You can see the nucleic acids, DNA, RNA, and this is the capsid coat which protects the entire virus. So capsids are nothing but the protein coat which are responsible for the protection of nucleic acid and also provides specificity for attachment to the respective host. So for the host attachment, that virus DNA or RNA is not going to attach. This particular capsid responsible for the attachment to the host system to inject their DNA and for the further reproduction and replication. Capsomeres are subunits of the capsid. What are the capsomeres are there? They are the subunits of this particular capsid. Okay, now let us go through the envelope. Okay, enveloped helical virus you can see here. You can see the enzymes, tRNA responsible for the protein synthesis, capsomeres, that's the protein, then spikes which are made up of glycoproteins. Glycoproteins mean they are the combination of carbohydrates and protein molecules. Nucleic acids, either DNA or RNA, then envelope made up of protein and lipids. Okay, you can see lipoproteins, lipids plus proteins. Then you can see the ribosomes responsible for the synthesis of protein molecules. In the presence of mRNA and tRNA, you'll be able to see the formation of polypeptide chain, that is nothing but the proteins, right? This envelope is the outer covering of some viruses. Envelope is derived from the host cell plasma membrane when the virus buds out, right? Some enveloped viruses have spikes which are viral glycoproteins that project from the envelope. And some of the viruses are naked, that is non-enveloped. Viruses are protected by their capsid alone. Now let us go through the size of different viruses. You can see here the adenoviruses, bacteriophages, rhinovirus, okay, and prion and M13 virus. Then you can see the vaccinia virus. This is the Ebola virus and this is your E. coli. They always differ in their sizes, which are determined by electron microscopy. As I told you, these viruses cannot be seen by our compound microscope. Okay, then it ranges from 20 to 1000. Okay, sorry, this ranges from 20 to 14,000 nm in length. Okay, so 20 to 14,000. Okay, then let us go through the host range. The specific host of cells of a virus can infect in its host species, which represent the host range of the virus. Okay, then animal virus, then plant virus, bacterial virus, for example, bacteriophages. Then host range is determined by the attachment sites, receptors, whatever present in the host system. Then important points to remember here: virion, a complete single viral particle. Obligatory intracellular parasites, they contain DNA or RNA, do not undergo binary fission, and they are sensitive to interferon, contain a protein coat. Some are enclosed by an envelope. Some viruses have spikes. Most viruses infect only specific types of cells in one host. Host range is determined by specific host attachment sites and cellular factors like receptors, whatever they are bound. Viruses replicate through replication of their nucleic acid, and synthesis of viral protein will be happening. Viruses do not multiply in chemically defined media. It means they need living host cell. All single-stranded RNA viruses with the negative polarity have the enzyme transcriptase, RNA-dependent RNA polymerase inside virions. Okay, you can take a screenshot or you can pause the video. You can go through all these points very slowly. Okay. Retroviruses and hepatitis B virus contain the enzyme that is reverse transcriptase enzyme. Hope you know about this reverse transcriptase enzyme. It is an enzyme responsible to convert the genetic RNA into cDNA, that is complementary DNA. Again, this cDNA which will be get converted into the mRNA, then proteins. Okay. Here you can see the basic types of viral symmetry: icosahedral, enveloped icosahedral, then complex one, helical, then enveloped helical. So these are the types of virus symmetry. Now let us go through the nature of viruses. Virus contain one kind of nucleic acid, that is DNA or RNA genome, inside the protein shell, which is known as capsid, which may be surrounded by a lipid membrane, that is nothing but the envelope. The resulting complete virus particles is called virion. Okay, you may get this question virion for 1 mark or 2 marks. You should be able to write in the examination. As usual, I expect you, whenever you write any information, kindly underline the important relevant points and put double lines after each questions. Okay, you can see here, this is the naked capsid virus, enveloped virus, and this is also again enveloped virus. Okay, you can see the spikes, matrix protein, membrane envelope, and nucleic acids, that is cylindrical one. Okay, you can see the nucleic acid somewhat, that is circular. Okay, so for virion, you can write this particular information for 1 mark or 2 marks. Now, the word virus is derived from a Latin word, that is venom, which means poisonous fluid that causes infection. Viruses are submicroscopic. They are highly infectious entities that multiply only within the cells, or that is nothing but the host, and are potentially pathogenic under appropriate conditions. You must keep this in your mind. Only they'll be able to do their job, pathogenicity, under appropriate conditions. Okay, the branch of science that deals with the study of viruses is called virology, and it is a branch of microbiology. Okay, viruses have one or more nucleic acid template molecules, either DNA or RNA, covered by a protective coat of a protein or protein. Viruses behave as non-living particles called virions outside the host cells, and inside the host cells they behave as intramolecular intra means within, intramolecular parasites. They cause diseases in animals, plants, and microorganisms. Hope this summary is useful for you. You can see here some virus structures like bacteriophages, tobacco mosaic virus, and non-enveloped virus. And you can see here the enveloped virus with spikes. Now let us go through the properties of viruses. Okay, they are ultra microscopic, they are crystallizable, they are obligatory intracellular parasites, they have degree of specialization, they are capable of mutation. Now let us go to the classification of viruses based on their host. That the viruses are classified into following types: animal viruses, plant viruses, bacteriophages, phycoviruses, and mycoviruses. Hope you understood today's concept, right? I, Dr. Pratibha KS, signing off for today. Okay, stay blessed, stay tuned with me, and keep learning. Very soon, I'll be back with again plant viruses and animal viruses video. If you wish to like, share, or subscribe my channel, you can do it right now. Stay safe. Do everything like it is the last thing you do. There is nothing to hold back, nothing to save for later. ಧರ್ಮ ಹರಡಲಿ, ನ್ಯಾಯವು ಬೆಳಗಲಿ, ಭ್ರಷ್ಟತೆ ಎಂಬ ಕತ್ತಲು ಸರಿದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯು ಬೆಳಕು ಹರಿಯಲಿ. Thank you for being with me.